DJT stock, Trump media and technology stock. This is going down the toilet so quickly. It reminds me now of GameStop. In fact, worse. Let's talk about it right now. I've been having some strange comments from people today. I've had somebody comment to me and say, just buy a few dollars worth of it. It doesn't really matter. You know, let it do its thing. No. I don't agree. You don't buy any stock and let it just lose money. I never lose money, and every penny counts. Remember how I bought my house from $1 tips. Don't let 1 cent not work for you. I think that's a bad attitude. If you think like that, you'll always have no money. Rich people never talk like that. They never say, let that money get lost. No, I'm the guy who picks a penny up off the ground. Look, CXD just said to me, DJT is a stock to only buy 1 share and let it do its thing. What's the point of that then? What's the point of that? That makes no sense. I've been telling you all day that Donald Trump stock is going to go down and down and down, and now it's getting worse. Really worse. Be very, very careful. Remember, Donald Trump has gone bankrupt many times, at least 6 that I can mention off the top of my head. So just bear that in mind. This is not a popularity contest. No one cares whether you buy it. No one cares whether you own it. So just be very careful. Nobody wins an election by you buying a stock. This is just business. Do not buy a stock that looks like this. Are you ready for some numbers? This is all that matters when you buy a stock. Let me share with you these numbers. Whoosh. I told you there's no value here, but this is insane. This is the intrinsic valuation of DJT. 79 cents overvalued by 94%. Why? Because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't produce anything. And when I show you the balance sheet, you're going to fall over and see this for what it is. And be clear, I am not a Donald Trump supporter or a Kamala Harris supporter. I'm a green card holder. I am neutral. I'm an investor. I'm here to make money. I'm here to share facts for people to make money. And I make money consistently. If you don't believe me, this is my portfolio. I've just put another all-time high today. I don't lose money, never lose money. I'm now at $119,600. I started with $5,000. I never short stocks. I never do options. I just make money. Trump media is a really, really, really bad stock. If you support Donald Trump, you want to help him out, buy a t-shirt, buy a hat. This doesn't help anybody out, all right? This just makes you bankrupt. Let me show why. Every business, no matter what business you have, it must have a product or a service that returns a profit. If it doesn't, it's not a business. The very definition of business is it drives business. You put something in and something more comes out the other end. What is this? Well, we've got a billionaire, Donald Trump, who's put together some cash. Let me share with you the revenue. There is no revenue. 4.9 revenue. 4.9, no revenue. Operating income, negative, none. Net income, down, none. Doesn't do anything. Investing cash flow, down. I mean, nothing. Doesn't do anything, right? But it gets worse. This is what you got to look at. That. Looks good? You think that is good? What is it? Well, that's the cash it owns. 274 million. So basically, Donald Trump comes along and goes, well, I'm a billionaire. I'll put $274 million in the bank. Stick it anywhere you want. Just stick it in the company, a holding company. Stick it in DJT. Brilliant. We've got $274 million. Okay, now we've got the money. What are we going to invest in? What are we going to buy? What are we going to build? What's our factory? What's our product? What's our service? Nothing. Truth Social doesn't make any money. We'll just leave the cash there then. Okay, so basically we got the cash in the bank. Doing what? Now, if you think the 274 million is assets, no, it didn't. I saved that till last. 233 million of the 274 million is cash. It's just a bucket of money. Now, you can put your bucket of money in the S&P or your bucket of money in the bank earning 5%, and you can make 5% doing absolutely nothing. Remember, just because there's 233 million in this bucket doesn't mean you get more than your 5%, does it? In fact, you're going to get zero because it's going to zero. You can just put your cash in the bank and earn 5%. By doing nothing. Or you can buy the S&P and earn 13% by doing nothing. This is just a pile of cash. That's all this business is. No services, no products, no business, just a pile of cash. Donald Trump's gone, there we go. Let me put that in the business and leave it there. What about the liabilities? 64 million in liabilities. That's it. It's got no ongoing expenses. It's not doing anything. Look, accounts payable, 1 million. It's paying nobody anything. It's servicing nothing. It's producing nothing. It's doing nothing. It's just $274 million in a bank, in a holding account, sitting there, doing nothing. That's what you own. You own basically Donald Trump's wallet. That's what you own. But you're not going to get it. He's not going to give it to you. He's just going to let it sit there. All right? If we go down here and look at the margins. Gross margin, 95%. It doesn't mean anything, right? Operating margin, net margin. Whoops. What happened there? I clicked the wrong button, right? Look, negative 2,000. I mean, 2,000%, 3,000%, 8,000%. Look at these numbers. What this tells you, what this means is there's no business, there's nothing. Zero. Look at this. This tells you everything. 22% profitability because there's no profit. There's no money being made anywhere. Zero. That's pretty much uninvested cash, earning cash for whoever owns the business, not you, Donald Trump. You can just take the cash off the top. There's no point. You could put the money yourself in the bank, couldn't you? So that's the profit. The profit is just high interest. Look at that. That proves what I just said. 81% solvency. What does that mean? That means all the money is sitting in cash with no debt, not doing anything. Just sat there. Well, if I opened a business up today with $10 and put $10 in my account and had no running costs, no bills, no expenses, no stock, no factory, no employees, nothing, $10 would just sit there. What would be my solvency score? 100%. Can't go bankrupt. You have $10, you spend zero, you have zero liabilities, zero expenses, zero ongoing recurring costs. $10 will live there forever. 100% solvency. That is all that is. You are buying cash sitting in Donald Trump's back pocket. That is basically what you are buying. 6% now, short interest. People are taking it all the way down. 6% short interest. Now, a lot of people said to me, those that just don't care about facts and numbers, they said to me, the reason why it's going down, it's not because everyone's selling it, it's because everyone's shorting it. Not true. Not true. If you are a Donald Trump supporter and you've bought the stock to support Donald Trump, don't do it. Buy a hat, buy a MAGA hat, buy a t-shirt, buy a flag, go to the rally, send him a donation. That will help. This is not helping anyone because the reason why it's going down is not the short interest. It's only 6%. 6% is reasonable, but it's not that big a deal. It's not going to drive the stock down like this. It's going down not because of excessive short interest. We need over 20% for a short squeeze and excessive downward pressure. What we've got is no more or no less than the people telling you to buy it have sold it. In other words, come on, bro. Come on, bruv. Let's buy Donald Trump stock. I'm going to sell it now. Did anyone see me say that? No, no one saw me say that. No one saw that. Buy it, everybody. Sell. That's what we got. We've got people buying it and then dumping it. That's all there is. And then we've got some people shorting it as well. Add the whole thing up together and you have got one of the worst. Not the worst. The worst would be Mullen. At least with Truth Social, there's a platform you can go on and there's actually customers using it. Doesn't make any money, neither does Mullen or FFIE or GameStop or anything else, but at least there is a platform. Now, the platform doesn't make any money. It's never going to make any money. Doesn't do anything. So be very, very careful. If you are buying this stock, be careful. It's Probably going to go to zero. It's only worth 79 cents. It's not being sold down because of short interest. It's being sold down because of lack of interest and those who just are dumping it. The very people who go and say it's the best stock in the world are the same people who are dumping it. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I've got the whole playlist. Go and check that out. And down here, the Psychology of Investing Part 2, cash or not to cash. Cash is not king, and I prove it to you in my best ever video. I thought the first one was you said the first one was my best one. I think you're going to say this is even better. This proves cash is trash. And I prove it. And I think when you listen to my whole argument, you will go, I can see where you're going with that. Anyway, see if you agree with me. All right. So there you go. What do you make of all of that? Is that for you? You decide. Take care of yourselves and each other.